you click, 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 and as you look out, you see the land going down further and further behind you. And as you're getting to the very top,
people start getting smaller and smaller. You start to get nervous.
The adrenaline might be pumping a little bit.
you know nothing is going to happen to you on this coaster. But still, it's that fear of going, ah!
Great Wild rides are getting bigger, faster, higher, steeper. We are pushing the limits right now in the 90s of Great Wild rides.
America is a thrill-seeking nation. And we dominate the world of roller coasters. There's almost nothing else in the thrill biz that I'm aware of that matches that. It's all over in 1 to 2 minutes.
True coaster fanatics can describe their favorite rides in every detail. And a truly great wild ride is measured in those details.
Welcome to Six Flags Over Texas and the Texas Giant, my favorite coaster on the planet. Here we go. We're now climbing the 143-foot tall lift hill. It has a 53-degree first drop, has 60-degree banking on the turns, great lateral G-forces, and the view from up here is just spectacular. Now hold on, because you're going to get to ride the Giant with us. Here we go. Woo! All right. Going into the first turn, which has a lot of power. The second drop. Oh, the top of the third hill. Into another drop and into the double up.
These are thrill-seeking, risk-taking, excitement-seeking, stimulation-seeking, arousal-seeking people.
Oh, a great floating hill. Now we're going into the helix, which circles in and around the lift hill.
Here are the kind of things that motivate thrill-seekers. Unpredictability, risk, uncertainty, intensity, ambiguity, variety.
Now we're going into the magic carpet finale, which is just awesome. Woo! Woo! Great airtime.
You package all those things together, and a roller coaster gives you a lot of those things. The experience is incredibly intense.
Woo! You got to come and ride this ride. It's my personal favorite. And that is the Texas Giant.
Well, there's always been money in terror. And I think people being people, we like to be scared. You go around that hill, and you think you're going back up that reassuring climb of the next hill, but you go down and through a tunnel instead. And that's terrifying.
Some people go off to play golf, some will play tennis, some will go watch a movie. Well, us, we'll release by getting off and screaming our brains out, going down a hill. And that'll just be just complete relaxation.
What makes a coaster so amazing? After it goes over the first hill, the trains are propelled by sheer gravity.
Basic law of what goes up must come down.
But what makes a coaster so great? According to experts, it should meet these basic requirements. First, surprises and speed.
A wild ride is a ride that is fast, has lots of changes of direction, a ride that has lots of surprises. It's a ride that when it's over, you kind of sit back and go, wow. It's kind of the wow factor. I think that's what it's really all about.
Next.
Airtime!
Airtime is an engineer's nightmare. It's an acer's thrill of life.
Way out of your seat on this one. Woo!
Airtime is sometime when you're riding this roller coaster and you become separated from the seat that you're sitting on.
More airtime. All right.
Airtime is also known as a negative gravitational or G-force.
Yeah.
At the other extreme, a positive G pushes you down at the bottom of the hill.
Whoa, man.
Lateral G pushes you to the side during a turn or curve.
G-forces are what really make a roller coaster exciting. If you weigh 1 G, therefore you're weighing exactly what you weigh. If you weigh 2 Gs, that's twice your weight. 3 Gs, that's 3 times your weight. 3 Gs is a tremendous amount of Gs for a roller coaster. You don't really want to see a lot more than that.
Number 3, variety of elements and pacing.
What makes a good coaster is a good variation on the kinds of movement you get on the ride. Hills, drops, turns, sometimes tunnels. You need to have a good combination. It's like building a good, writing a novel. You need to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Coasters need a good finale because at the end of the ride, you need to walk away with a smile on your face.
And last on the list?
Probably an oxygen tank on the unloading platform.
Every coaster addict has their own personal favorite, and every addict has reasons to justify their passion.
Hi there, folks. My name is Dan Rasmussen. We're at Buffalo Bills Resort and Casino, home of the Desperado, the world's largest and tallest and fastest roller coaster. Right now, we're going up the tower, which takes a full minute to go over. Now, the ride only takes 2 minutes and 45 seconds, so we give you plenty of time to think about what's coming ahead here. The tower we're going up is 209 feet tall, and then the drop is 228 feet. Now, how do we do that? Well, we go 15 or so feet underground, and we're just about to go over the threshold here. You'll be able to tell by my face and some of the other screens here. Here we go. All right, now we're going down at a 61-degree angle. All right, now as we come up, we're coming around a turn. Right there, we were going about 88 miles an hour. And here's where we break 90, right here. And you're feeling about 3.5 Gs, which is 3.5 gravitational forces. 3.5 times my body weight was pushing my body in the unnatural direction. To compare that, the space shuttle only feels about 3.2 Gs when it takes off. We're fixing to head into what we call the camelbacks, and that's a feeling of weightlessness here. What a ride. This is great. Now, these turns are side-to-side turns. Should have a lot of fun on these as we go through the track and the tunnel. Oh, all right. Excellent. And there you have it, Desperado, the world's best roller coaster.
After the break, thrill seekers' voracious appetite for excitement and the coaster's sordid past. Next on Mega Machines. In their world, politics and religion became twisted truths. Go inside the inner circle where Hitler was seen as the Messiah. Never-before-seen footage. Nazi, the occult conspiracy. Sunday, 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Discovery Sunday. Air Force One. Buy it now on video.
I would like to ask all Americans to pray for the safety of everyone on board Air Force One.
When freedom is held hostage.
I'm the President of the United States.
It's time to take a stand.
My husband will not negotiate.
America's most thrilling adventure is here.
We've got a job to do.
On video, Harrison Ford.
We will never negotiate.
Air Force One. Buy it now on video cassette and DVD.
You know, nothing enriches your life like the world's most beautiful music. Now, Time Life Music brings you a magnificent new collection. 100 masterpieces of classical music. You'll get more than 6 full hours of breathtaking digital sound. 100 masterpieces of classical music. If you're not completely satisfied, Time Life will refund every penny of your purchase price. So please, call now and enjoy a lifetime of the world's greatest music.
To order 100 masterpieces, call 1-800-869-7272 or send $29.99 for 5 cassettes or 5 CDs, plus $5.95 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
Do not attempt to adjust your television. These are actual speeds. Take a close and in-depth look at the next generation of locomotives, pushing technology and blazing trails. Super Trains as Mega Machines continues. Tuesday, 10 Eastern, 9 Central on the Discovery Channel. Enter the deeply secret world of spy technology.
You might say I'm dressed to kill.
Spy Tech. Premiering next Monday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on the Discovery Channel.
You don't have to be a pilot or a war hero to be fascinated with flight. All you have to do is dream. Fantasy of flight. Experience the fantasy. Experience the reality. I-4 exit 21, halfway between Tampa and Orlando.
Now available. Exclusive residence with numerous amenities. Ocean view and location, navigator from Lincoln. What a luxury should be. Or may we suggest this sprawling luxury suite with all the comforts of home. The redesigned 1998 Lincoln Town Car. Spacious, comfortable, and right now, a great value at just $498 a month, but for a very limited time. Lincoln, what a luxury car should be.
To wild rides on Mega Machines.
Why do people ride wild rides? It's what I call the type T personality, and the T stands for thrills.
The American coaster enthusiasts are fanatics with a capital F, and every year they organize regional conferences at amusement parks around the country.
The reason that ACE has conferences is so that we can enjoy something called exclusive ride time. Exclusive ride time is time that a park sets aside for us as a club exclusively to enjoy the rides that we've traveled far to experience.
For Acers, one ride is never enough. Neither is one coaster.
It's like sex for people in many respects. It is addictive.
I guess I've ridden about 300 or so coasters. Probably that's on the low side.
And you want more of it all the time.
I've been riding coasters since I've been about 8 years old. I was counting up till I reached 300, and then I lost count, but I estimate around 325 at this point. Looking forward to another 325.
That's why you have these aficionados who travel America just riding the roller coasters.
I'm 9 years old, and I have rode 137 coasters.
There's some evidence for genetics, that this is influenced by genetics.
Typical summer for our family is we try to make as many parks as we can. We usually get between 30 and 40 parks a year.
There's a thrill-seeking gene.
I'm lucky to have parents that drag me around so much. They bring me all around America to ride roller coasters, and it's really nice of them because it doesn't come out of my pocket.
It's the first clear evidence of a kind of normal personality trait being tied down to a particular gene.
No, we're not a weird family. We just love parks.
Which may be weird.
The first real roller coaster in America was found in the scenic mountains of Mauchunk, Pennsylvania. An old coal train began attracting a growing number of tourists. Its appeal? The track lasted 18 miles. 17 of it ran downhill.
They let the car loose from the top of the mountain, and it rolled to the bottom, sometimes reaching 100 miles an hour. Yet it had a perfect safety record, and it led to many of the roller coasters we know today.
But the roller coaster craze didn't go national until Lamarcus Adna Thompson erected his vision of a roller coaster at Coney Island, New York in 1884. It was called the Switchback Railway.
As with any kind of rides, it was successful because it was a new thing that had never been seen before. It was a novelty. And, you know, any roller coasters, even to this day, if they come up with a new twist on what's already been done, it's going to be a hit for at least for a while, till somebody copies it.
Rival coasters quickly appeared, each more thrilling and inventive. The Figure 8 offered several levels of fun. The Scenic Railway added elaborate scenery and sets. Designers like mad scientists tried everything. The looping flip-flap that appeared in 1895 was novel, but it had one major problem. It snapped passengers' necks.
The greatest period for roller coasters were the Roaring 20s. People were sick of World War I, so they wanted any escape they could find. And roller coasters, one of the best escapes in the world.
The race to build the tallest, highest, and fastest ride was on. The golden age of roller coasters gave birth to a record 2,000 coasters all across America.
Because of this fierce competition of trying to be the highest, fastest, strangest, and scariest roller coaster in the world, it was a very dangerous time. Inventors were treating riders as guinea pigs. If 3 people were killed and didn't return, well, next time around, we'll get it down to 1.
John Miller was one of the most prolific designers of his time. He also invented numerous safety devices still in use today. His revolutionary 3-wheel design kept coasters locked to their tracks, allowing coasters to become even more daring. Then a designer named Harry Traber partnered up with Frederick Church and Thomas Pryor. Together, the trio created some of the wildest rides ever. Their twisted creations gave riders nosebleeds and broken ribs.
The Crystal Beach Cyclone had a nurse and a first aid station at the unloading platform. That's how bad they were. And I've talked to people that have been on these rides, and it's not just mythology.
During this time, Coney Island in New York had several amusement parks attracting top coaster designers.
The whole Coney Island area, as well as the East Coast of the United States, became a mecca for designers because that's where the people were. And that's very simple. You know, if you're coming up with a new concept, build it and they will come.
And so brothers Jack and Irving Rosenthal built the highest coaster in the world with the severest drop. It opened June 26, 1927, and the people came, as did the money. The $100,000 ride paid off in just a few weeks. The name of the new coaster? The Coney Island Cyclone. The Cyclone is called a twister because it circles in and out of itself. Charles Lindbergh once said, "The thrill of the Cyclone even beat the thrill of flying." He must have been referring to its first drop.
What I like most about the Cyclone is the first drop. It's one of the greatest experiences that you can have.
The first drop was pretty scary.
I was very brave, but my mother here got a little scared.
He's a liar. I have both hands up.
Oh my God, I felt my stomach reaching the top of my head.
This
there's no other roller coaster like it in the world. It's my #1 coaster.
Probably the Coney Island Cyclone is the most imitated ride in the world. Everyone wants to compete with the Cyclone, but they're never going to beat the original.
Listed among the Cyclone's eternal fans, Mike Bootley, a coaster enthusiast since childhood.
I've actually wanted to design rides ever since I was a kid, 8 years old, building one in the backyard. And the car consisted of a wicker laundry basket nailed to a plank with roller skates nailed to the bottom of that, and several planks that made up the track, and pretty sophisticated support system. I had it on sawhorses and cinder blocks and bricks and stuff like that. It had no end to it. The lawn was the end of the ride, so the finish was always a wild one.
In 1975, Mike's love affair with the Coney Island Cyclone took on historic proportions. Mike was 17 when he wrote Astroland park owners to see if he could break the world endurance record on the Great Classic.
And their PR man actually jumped on it very quickly, quicker than I had ever imagined, and about a week later I was starting off on 1,000 trips on the Coney Island Cyclone.
After 1,001 circuits, that's 606 Cyclone miles and 45 hours eating hot dogs, Mike had broken the world record. To this day, Mike cares little for hot dogs, but he still loves the classic twister. Today, Mike is fulfilling his childhood dream as a coaster designer. But to create a great wild ride, he has to take the best thrills from the past and add a few tricks from today.
You want people to run down the exit ramp and run right back up the entrance ramp. Or actually, you want them to run down the exit ramp and get back in line. You gotta have a line.
After the break, wooden versus steel coasters. What gives riders more thrills? Find out next on Mega Machines.
Hey, little pumpkin, you are so cute, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Honey, look how cute. Honey, wait a minute. I think he's going to say something. Say hi to Dada. Say hi, Dada. Come on, zoom in. Zoom in. I think he's going to say it. Zoom in. Hey, say hi to Dada. Say hi, Dada.
Oh, Daddy, you paid too much for that camcorder.
Come to Circuit City. You can't get a lower price. We guarantee it.
Tough night's sleep? No big deal? Look again. This X-ray shows no support for your neck and spine when you toss and turn on an ordinary pillow. Introducing the Contour Cloud for incredible support and comfort. See the same person on the Contour Cloud? Neck and spine are straight and supported. That's because of its 4 exclusive therapeutic features. First, patented soft touch memory layer molds to fit your head, neck, even your ear for unparalleled softness and comfort. Second, Yellow Wedge provides additional cervical neck support. Third, Blue Base supports and aligns your spine for a great night's sleep. And finally, this exclusive Crescent helps relieve uncomfortable pressure on shoulders. It gently cradles your head and neck. It even cradles your back.
I need neck support, and I used to use the egg carton type pillow. I think you know what I mean. And there is just no comparison. This pillow is the most comfortable pillow I've ever used, ever.
With other pillows, I wake up, I have numbness in my fingers, I have pain in my shoulder, I'm sleeping on my side, whereas with this pillow here, I wake up and feel as though I've gotten a good night's sleep.
Watch again how ordinary pillows simply don't support you. Now see how the Contour Cloud cradles your head in softness as it supports and aligns your spine. Thousands have paid $90 for this plain memory pillow, and it doesn't have our support features. There's nothing like this anywhere else, not in stores or on TV. No other pillow combines these extraordinary levels of support and comfort. But you can order ours direct for only $19.95 with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Order in the next 60 minutes and we'll include this hot cold therapy gel pack, a $9 value, free.
Let me tell you what, there is nothing like this pillow.
Contour Cloud is not available in stores, so call right now, 1-800-371-8338. Try it for 90 days. If you're not completely thrilled, return it and we'll give you a full refund, including our shipping and handling fee. Operators are standing by. Call 1-800-371-8338 right now to place your order.
Tomorrow on Wild Discovery, on the street, in the office, in your own backyard. Find out why the smallest are sometimes the deadliest. On Wild Discovery, tomorrow at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, on the Discovery Channel. Do not attempt to adjust your television. These are actual speeds. Take a close and in-depth look at the next generation of locomotives, pushing technology and blazing trails. Super Trains as Mega Machines continues. Tuesday, 10 Eastern, 9 Central on the Discovery Channel. We return to Wild Rides on Mega Machines.
At the dawn of the coaster age, the great designers relied on instinct, theatrics, and a very liberal interpretation of safety codes when they created their coasters. Today, things are different.
We use a lot of spreadsheets, and they can actually draw an entire coaster. It's based on a bunch of numbers.
But science is no substitute for the elusive X factor that makes wild rides truly wild. And when a new coaster was created for Holiday World Theme Park in Santa Claus, Indiana, park owners Will Cook and his father Bill went in search of that rare element. First, Will tested top rides across the country, drawing inspiration from his favorite, the Beast at Paramount's Kings Island in Cincinnati, Ohio.
It's not a knockoff of the Beast by any means, but it incorporates some of the ideas that they started off with when they designed it.
People say there's nothing like the Beast. That's because it's the longest wooden coaster in the world, 7,400 feet long, the length of 2 or even 3 conventional coasters combined.
The reason it got so long and so high is because we kept submitting these drawings to our general manager, who probably couldn't visualize what we were really submitting to him. And he would say, that looks good, that looks good. So we were just kept getting bigger and bigger, and it finally got to where it is today.
Ride enthusiasts like Alan Ambrosini consider the Beast one of the nation's greatest rides.
Okay, now we're slowly leaving the station and making our way toward the lift hill. On the vast majority of roller coasters have only one lift hill, and the lift hill is what starts the whole coaster in motion. All the way up the hill, you go slowly and you anticipate what's about to happen. That first big, fantastic drop that propels the whole ride. And we are just cresting the hill now, and we're about to go down, down, down! This hundreds of times. This coaster is absolutely phenomenal. Every time you ride it, it's got so much power and speed, and it always performs. Here we are at the top of the hill. We're letting go, and we're making a turn. We're going to drop into the double helix. Hold on!
And it should be no surprise that the daughter of Beast builder Charles Dinn got involved in the creation of Holiday World's new coaster.
My shoe is not as big as my father's. I might fill half the boot, but we're trying to work to fill the whole boot.
With the Beast as their inspiration, it was time for the designers at Custom Coasters to create Holiday World's new wild ride.
We talk to the owners quite extensively, and we go and make a field visit. We normally take a lot of photographs so that we can bring it back to the office and get a feel for some of the physical characteristics of the site.
After the photos, the team produces design illustrations and a 3D topographic model. Then it's time to crunch the numbers into the computer.
And you can actually just take the data file and write a program to read it, and then it will generate curves and entire drawings based on the numbers.
From the computer, Larry and Bill produce 3D drawings of the coaster for drafting and construction purposes.
This is an example of the finished product. And as you can see, that's the three-dimensional view that was then overlaid onto the topographic map, and then we plotted it again, showing the topography. So the computer allows us to do more work with fewer people.
Now the project kicked into a new phase. The search for the X Factor had begun, beginning with its name.
I said, well, what are you going to name the coaster? And they weren't really sure.
And Tim came up with the idea of naming it The Raven, naming it after the poem by Edgar Allan Poe.
People could pull into the station and say, nevermore, nevermore, am I going to ride the Raven? And it just kind of came like that.
And I gave him a few suggestions about, one of them was to make the hills go all the way to the ground instead of coming up maybe 10 or 20 feet from the ground.
You get a lot more speed at the bottom of the drop. You've got a bigger drop and more thrift, and it just adds a lot to the ride.
Will was smart. He listened to all the different people, and he rode some rides, and he took the best from everything and made the Raven, which turned out to be a great coaster.
The $2 million Raven isn't even the tallest, fastest, longest, or steepest coaster. Yet its powerful design made it the top #3 ride in the world in its opening year.
We ended up with a winner. It's a humdinger.
There are other factors that go into the design phase of a coaster. Wood versus steel. Wooden coasters can cost millions less than their steel counterparts, yet they're still extremely popular with the crowds. That's what prompted Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania to build the Wildcat, a Cyclone-like twister. Its designer? Who else but Cyclone world record ride holder Mike Bootley. He and his partner Claire Hain of Great Coasters have channeled their love for wooden rides into their innovative new design.
It's all turns. It does have the traditional humps and camelbacks, which are a lot of fun in it, but it also has 12 turns in it, and they're very fast turns. We go under and over ourselves 20 times during the course of the ride.
The first drop, come down the elliptical turn, come to your pull out, and immediately turn the opposite direction. Their hearts can be at their toes at one time, and then they can be back up their head next time. They're gonna be screaming when they come down over here.
While existing wooden coasters can't twirl and suspend riders upside down like the steel coasters, they do produce a unique ride experience all their own.
The wooden coaster actually is supported on a wooden track, and because of the natural imperfections of milling lumber, the resulting ride has kind of a jiggle to it, kind of a different kind of a feel.
A steel coaster, like the Steel Phantom in Pittsburgh's Kennywood Amusement Park, has polyurethane wheels to deliver a consistently smooth feel and sound to the ride. The wooden coaster has greased metal wheels that produce a faster and faster ride as the day warms up. They also deliver a much noisier experience. And wooden beams add their own unique sound effects. And those sounds add to the psychological dimension of the ride.
Basically, the creaking and the cracking you're hearing is pieces of lumber rubbing against another piece. Lumber has to stretch a little bit. That's what you want to hear. That's what makes a wooden roller coaster.
The natural flexibility of wood is the difference between a wild ride and a life-threatening disaster. On-site construction of the wooden coaster, however, has its own surprises.
When you're building these things, when you get to be a point where you're 100 feet in the air, if the bent could be off at a square, a 1/16 of an inch, by the time it gets to the top, it could be off 2 inches. So I try to adjust the center line of the track a little bit to make it fit to the turn.
The moment of truth arrives when the coaster creator finally sees the pencil drawing board of 6 months ago become the standing, living, wild ride he can admire today.
This is my baby. This is my first coaster with my own company, and I'm very pleased. I'm extremely pleased. All the hard work and the labor and all the cold days and snow and rain and the stress and tiredness all works out in the end by basically making people have fun is what it's all about.
After the break, the thrill of the ride, designing fear despite physical limitation. Next on Mega Machines.
You work hard. Every day. Sometimes too hard. You deserve the credit card that makes your life easier. Announcing the Platinum Edge MasterCard. The Platinum card that works for you. With features like no annual fee, 4.9 introductory APR, a line of credit up to $100,000, worldwide acceptance, and other privileges you only get with Platinum Edge. Get the credit card you've worked so hard to earn. Call the number on your screen right now to request your Platinum Edge MasterCard. Then start enjoying the money-saving benefits and special privileges you deserve. Call 1-800-579-5252. That's 1-800-579-5252. Choose the Platinum card that works for you. The Platinum Edge MasterCard. 1-800-579-5252.
Nothing's more impossible to find than the answers to life's ultimate questions. Like, what is life? What is your purpose? And why are you here? But if you know where to look, you can save yourself an awful lot of trouble. Read Scientology, The Fundamentals of Thought by L. Ron Hubbard. Your search is over, but the adventure's just begun. Get your copy today.
Do not attempt to adjust your television. These are actual speeds. Take a close and in-depth look at the next generation of locomotives, pushing technology and blazing trails. Super Trains as Mega Machines continues. Tuesday, 10 Eastern, 9 Central on the Discovery Channel.
Enter the deadly secret world of spy technology.
You might say I'm dressed to kill.
Spy Tech. Premiering next Monday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on the Discovery Channel.
We got into leather for $8.
I tried on some Revlon for 12 bucks. What?
At Ameritrade, we never forget it's your money. That's why we built our business on bringing you fast, accurate trades and seriously low commissions.
I got out of Toys R Us for $18. What?
Trade over the internet for $8, buy touch-tone phone for $12, or with a broker for just $18, no matter how many shares you buy or sell.
I got out of Dodge for $8.
After 23 years, we're not exactly new at this. Hey, we were the first to trade on the internet. Check out Ameritrade.com now or phone 1-888-680-8400. Open an account by April 15th and get a free IRA for life.
I dumped my Playboy for $18. Not you, dear.
It doesn't get much easier than this. Check out Ameritrade.com or call 1-888-680-8400 today. Ameritrade, the way to trade, period.
I'd never do anything ever to hurt you unless I have to.
We return to Wild Rides on Mega Machines.
Despite its sophistication, the technology of coaster design remains subordinate to the personalities of the designers.
It's tough, I'll tell you. And the engineers always cringe when I come up with some of these things.
Ron Toomer of Aerodynamics has designed some of the greatest steel coasters in the world. His company developed the tubular steel track in 1959 that revolutionized roller coasters, allowing for the smooth, twisted configurations previously impossible on a wooden coaster. This led to the successful looping coaster in 1968 and the corkscrew design 7 years later. But what could top that? How about a ride where you couldn't see the track below you?
We said, well, if we take the corkscrew chassis and sort of hang it upside down and hang something under it, that'll work.
Ron Toomer's revolutionary suspended coaster was born.
The suspended coaster lends itself to going down through the trees and getting very close. Looks like you're going to run into one and you turn and fly around it. It gives you more of a sensation of flying through space rather than coasting down the track.
Walter Bolliger and his partner Claude Mabillard are Swiss designers responsible for many of the world's wildest rides, like the Kumba at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay, in Florida. Their reputation reassures investors and allows their firm to risk increasingly big innovations such as their diving loop.
We come to that idea by studying different figures which are done with airplanes. This was a very natural motion, and we thought it would be good on a coaster. And when you are at the top of the hill, you suddenly dive in a half loop. It's a very natural motion, so people fall naturally with the coach, and it's very enjoyable.
But like other great artists, coaster designers need their patrons. In this case, a park willing to risk millions erecting it.
Cedar Point is a white park. They always want the best coasters, the highest, the largest, the fastest, and they let us invent something new, go beyond what was ever done.
Cedar Point Amusement Park overlooks scenic Lake Erie in Sandusky, Ohio. With 12 coasters, it has more roller coasters than any other park in the world. Keeping with their unique tradition, Cedar Point asked Walter and Claude to create the tallest, fastest, steepest, longest inverted coaster in the world. They also wanted the most inversions, 6. As is the case with most steel coasters, the main structural parts arrive straight from the manufacturer. After 9 months of assembly on site, Claude gave their latest coaster, called the Raptor, a run for its money. The designers again incorporated acrobatic aerial stunts and took Ron Toomer's suspended design one step further, pushing the track to its outer limits.
Maybe the fact that we're coming from Switzerland, where there's a lot of ski lift, we thought maybe we do something like a chair, which is suspended without any floor, dangling feet, so that people really feel flying in the air with a lot of freedom.
With this design, Bolliger and Mabillard had created the inverted coaster. Its innovative track allowed dangling riders to ride inside and outside the loops. For the designers and park owners, the $12 million bird of prey more than paid off. It soared to the top 3 spot when it debuted in 1994.
Today we're riding Raptor. It's the tallest, fastest inverted coaster in the world.
And we're going to be riding this thing. We're going up 137 feet. We're going to take a fall of about 60 miles an hour, and we're going to do a couple fun elements.
And are you sure it's fun?
Oh, it's absolutely fun. It's safe. You get a feeling of flying. It's going to be a wonderful ride, so please enjoy with us.
Here it comes. We're going over the top, guys.
And here we go. Enjoy the ride. As we go down the first drop, we're going to do a 100-foot loop. Our feet are above us. And now we're going to do a barrel roll, zero gravity, hard line spin. And we're going into a cobra roll, which we go upside down, right side up, and then upside down. All within a matter of a few seconds.
We're traveling at speeds over 60 miles an hour here.
And we
of Cedar Point at America's Roller Coaster.
The art and the artists of wild rides are changing with the times. And the rides they will create may change the definition of how we have fun. The future of thrill rides, some say, lies in high-tech amusement. Some of the latest, like multi-dimensional studios' Galaxy Wars, can spin you around and raise your hair on end, literally. Most motion-based rides, however, aren't that topsy-turvy. They're found in theater-like settings where seats are synchronized by a computer to a projected big-screen, high-speed film.
So in a simulation ride, you have all the components of a feature motion picture compressed into 4 minutes in time, plus the physical motion and the sound, and I think it's about as intense as you can get.
IMAX's venture into motion-based entertainment is being spearheaded by Douglas Trumbull, the special effects wizard behind 2001, A Space Odyssey. He's also the director of the hit motion simulator attraction, Universal Studios' Back to the Future, The Ride. IMAX's new Funhouse Express simulates a fantastic animated dark ride. To pull this off, unlike edited films, the action must be one continuous take, shot from the viewer's point of view. The audience must think they're part of the action, not just watching.
In our business of simulation, the ability to immerse you in a movie, we think, is much, much more powerful than just a roller coaster, which you know what it is. You know what a roller coaster is. You're not in a magical environment. Things can't hit you in the face. You can't go through things. You can't have characters come out. You can't have drama and suspense and action.
Some of these pioneering new magical frontiers include the deep sea, where you can explore fantastic sea wrecks and endure dangerous encounters, as in Rhythm and Hughes's Safari Ride. The latest motion simulator rides by iWorks allows you to dodge dinosaurs on its Dino Island ride. Or whip through a molten mine shaft with its Red Rock Run ride. It's not a roller coaster, but the mine tracks you see on the screen combined with the motion-controlled seats make you think you're on a wild ride.
This is not like sitting at home in your living room. It's like going through space.
Experiencing that real and safe ride without getting sick depends greatly on the seat motions being synced accurately to what's occurring on the screen, while reflecting the real laws of physics.
Now, if you were to be on a motion base and watch a film that wasn't exactly moving the way it needed to move, your body is going to fight itself. Your brain is going to go one way, your nervous system is going to go another, and we all know that feeling, and it's not a very pleasant one.
As for the next step in motion-based entertainment,
I'd love people to have these in their home. And I think a personal simulator is not out of the question.
We're designing some amazing rides that are going to make you feel like you're really not just in a ride or going someplace, but that you're there with somebody and you have a direct, tactile, and physical and emotional relationship with that person. It's quite revolutionary.
After the break, keeping the coaster safe. How do thrill makers ensure safety? Next on Mega Machines.
So you're building that deck with Time Life's decks, porches, and patios to help you along. Well, while you're at it, why not add some built-in benches? Page 50. It's your deck. Do what you want. Step by step, Time Life makes it easy. Hey, how about a brick patio? Guaranteed weed-proof, page 103. And a lot easier on your checkbook than some contractor would be.
Save big bucks with Time Life's home repair and improvement. Call now to order decks, porches, and patios for just $1.99 and get kitchens free.
Those new countertops sure look good, and doing it yourself probably saved a bundle. So you can do that built-in recycling bin she wanted. At Home Repair's got so many ways to add new storage and convenience and fix just about anything. Like that cracked flooring, page 25. Nice work, and she'll probably think you spent all day.
With home repair, you get professional results at do-it-yourself prices. Examine each volume free without obligation. Your satisfaction is guaranteed.
So you've got yourself a new vanity, and with Time Life, you know just what to do. Page 51. By the way, new tile might look good. Buttercup's never been your color anyway. No problem. Time Life's got you covered.
Call now to get 2 books for $2. Use your credit card to order decks for just $1.99, and you'll get kitchens free.
With home repair and improvement, once you get started, there's no telling what you'll do. And for a fraction of what you'd pay a professional, not to mention looking like a real hero around the house. It's everything you need to make your home more attractive, comfortable, downright cozy. So why don't you give them a call now? They'd probably love to hear from you.
Call 1-800-616-1313 to get 2 books for only $2. Use your credit card to order decks, porches, and patios, and you'll get kitchens free. Or send check or money order for $1.99 plus $3.95 shipping and handling to Home Repair, Department 23, Richmond, Virginia.
Some people will try anything in search of answers to the ultimate questions of life. Like, where's life taking us? And what's it all leading up to? But to find answers to these burning questions, you've got to have your feet on solid ground. Read Scientology, The Fundamentals of Thought by L. Ron Hubbard. Your search is over, but the adventure's just begun. Get your copy today.
In a premier television event, the Discovery Channel reveals the deadly secret world of espionage. The technology and tactics, the tools of a spy.
You might say I'm dressed to kill.
Spy Tech, premiering next Monday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Only on the Discovery Channel. We return to wild rides on Mega Machines.
While high-tech rides are becoming increasingly popular, most experts still believe roller coasters are here to stay.
So the fun of a roller coaster is being able to look anywhere you want. You're not forced to look at one thing while you're riding a roller coaster. Every experience can be different. Everyone can have their own personal ride, as opposed to a simulator where you're pretty much forced to do what they want you to do.
However, unlike high-tech thrills, roller coasters can't be saved on film or in computers for future generations to enjoy. They must be preserved on a daily basis, which is no easy job. Just ask Brian Hauser and his carpenter colleagues at Six Flags Over Texas. Each morning, they scale the Texas Giant at the break of dawn to begin their 4-hour inspection and maintenance work.
I think the public sometimes takes for granted the amount of maintenance hours, man-hours, that it takes to get the coaster up or any of the rides up just for a day's run. You all want to be careful to stay on the catwalk and don't get your feet on the track. When you grease getting on the bottom of your feet and getting slick, we'll be going up high. 148 feet is the height of the lift hill up here.
The speeds and 1,000-pound train loads can also wear down the wheels. Telltale signs are found by spotting the grease trails on the track.
We watch the way the train is tracking, make sure that everything's good. If steel starts wearing too thin for any reason or it starts wearing much at all, we come out at night and we replace it.
The distance between the 2 rails, called the gauge, is also inspected.
We'll check the gauge, make sure it's just right, all the way around the track, all the turns, all the valleys, all the hills.
While the carpenters continue their early morning safety and repair work, maintenance crews do the same with the trains.
Compared to pre-flighting an airplane, because the type of inspections we do, it's all the working mechanisms have to be inspected and checked.
Then operations and maintenance personnel check the safety devices and run the trains to see how they're working and riding.
Doing our inspection is rather extensive, but we feel it's necessary for the safety of our guests.
And that's the main reason that each ride has to go through such stringent tests every morning before we let a guest get on it. We want everybody to be safe, have a good time.
No matter how wild a wild ride gets, wild riders always want more.
The ultimate wild ride would have to have extreme height.
Lots of hills.
Very steep.
Very smooth.
And very fast.
It would have to be longer than most roller coasters are nowadays.
Something that has tunnels.
Great fan turns.
Helixes.
A 300-foot, 60-degree first drop.
And incorporate not one, not two, but several lift hills.
Combines different types of gravitational pulls and forces on you.
Lots of lateral G.
I like negative G's also.
Lots of airtime.
Like, I
just love airtime.
And I would like to have a lot of little bunny hops at the end.
There would have to be absolutely no brakes on the roller coaster.
There would be no seat restraint, no seat belt.
No letdown until you get into the station.
It would just be total all-out freedom.
The quest to build the ultimate wild ride will continue to amaze us.
20 years ago, if somebody had told me that we'd be over 200 feet today and doing all these things, I'd have thought they were crazy.
I think they're going to just keep pushing the envelope a little bit more. We want to thrill the people a little bit more. As soon as you've done a roller coaster, you want to do one that's a little bit more intense, a little taller, a little faster, and I think we'll see that.
It's so wide open. They haven't built the ultimate roller coaster, and they never will. It's always around the next bend.
And who knows what other technological breakthroughs will come along by using computers that will produce new thrill rides we've never conceptualized yet.
One can only dream what's going to happen in the future.
And as long as the battle for the tallest, fastest coaster continues, I think we're going to start seeing tremendous technology advances. And for those of us who like to ride roller coasters, we're going to see a lot more wild rides.
And as long as we continue to build wild rides, there will always be people willing to ride them.
When I get too old,
Jordan hitting a game-winning basket.